Good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to cut and harvest the liatris. First of all, I'll put a photo of the liatris that was in my garden in the video about right now so you could see it. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's not quite ready to be cut, when it's ready to be cut, and I'll let you know what you can do if you could just leave it and not cut it at all. Oh, and what it looks like dry, because it keeps some of its color when you do cut and dry it properly, a lot like you would, I guess, any other kind of thing you want to cut. But I do it kind of like my lavender, where I cut, twine it, put it upside down in a cool, dry place. And that is how you keep it dry. So I will, in a sec, I'll have a picture of my ones that I've had drying. But right now, let's see if I can turn the video around. There we go. So here are all mine. I didn't cut many because I had a second garden in the back I had some at, and that's the one I cut for some dry. But I did want some for seed next year. These have so many seeds that next year I think what I'm going to do is actually cut more to dry and then keep less for seed, because so many have so many seeds and I don't have enough of the dry like I would want. Okay, so my camera died earlier on me, so I've just made it to the bathroom, which is the brightest place right now, to show you guys the rest of the video. This right here is the dry liatris. As you can see, it's held its color. The top got a little faded as it dried, but for the most part, it's gonna look like this dry. Which is just so pretty. It's still got some drying out to do. This one I cut after this one, but this one's been cut now for a few weeks, so that is awesome. That's what it looks like dry. This is what it looks like when it's not quite ready. And I cut this one. I sacrificed one, I guess, for some educational reasons. Let me break this one. Sorry, I'm my own camera lady right now. This is what it looks like if you get them too early. See, the seeds will look green and a little more immature than they would if they look like this. This one's one that's fully ready to harvest. And actually, in this case, this one, you'll sometimes get some that look like this. Half of it is ready and the other half isn't. This one is one that was like that before, so I've already cut half of it off and left the other half to dry, so you don't feel like you can't just cut some of it and harvest some of the seeds. Plus, if you leave it out to dry too long, goldfinches actually really like the seeds, so it could be a really good thing if you want to feed the birds, or you kind of want to get to it and harvest the seeds kind of thing. So let me show you what it looks like when you harvest it. You literally just grab them and just pinch them off, and each one of those little black pieces at the end should be hard, not squishy or flexible at all, just a nice hard seed. And that's what each seed looks like. And this whole thing, since it's fuzzy like this, means it's ready, and they'll all be black. And like I said, this one is when it's not quite ready, it's still maturing, so yeah, look at the difference in the seed. That one started to turn black, so did that one, but for the most part, they're still squishy or hardened off and still green. So definitely want to get them at this stage, not this stage. And if half of it is ready and half of it isn't, or a third, a fourth, or so on, feel free to just cut it as it's ready, because those other seeds will continue to develop and mature, so you can use them as seeds. And yeah, and there's the dry, so beautiful. So say goodbye, liatris. Oh, and this is the, I'm sure I'll put it in the video description, but this is a type called, sorry, I want to get it right, I think it's gay feather, yeah. And I think star blazer, I believe, is a different type of liatris. Oh yeah, so this one's the gay feather and that one's star blazer. So yeah, have a good day and happy growing, harvesting, and drying. One thing I wanted to know also is that with liatris, it's kind of one of those things like a coneflower, and there's a few different plants like it, but it could take up to its second, sometimes its third year to bloom. So if you do plan on putting these seeds in pods and then transplanting them. Just know their first year may just be foliage, and their second year they could bloom flowers. But yeah, most likely that second year on, they'll start doing that, but they do come back because they are perennial, and they'll eventually multiply. They have little bulbs. The bulbs are what I use this year. I put in 50 in the front bed, I think, and those are the ones you saw earlier, I think. I haven't counted them, but it looks like I have about 50, so I think every single one of them came up. And the bulbs are pretty inexpensive. I think I got a really great deal. I don't know if it comes along a lot, but it was 10 for 100 of them. So that was pretty awesome. So I put my first batch in the front bed, and then I put another batch in the back bed. The white ones, if you ever want the white ones, they're a little more expensive. I think I paid about 50 cents a bulb for those, but I thought it could be cool to have a different variety. I'll probably do a video on those too, but these can be harvested just like the Star Blazers and like the white liatris, so I'll probably put the pictures of those in the thumbnail for you, just so everybody knows. But yeah, that's fun liatris, and if you can do it from seeds, you will have so many. And if you'd like to purchase any of the seeds straight from my garden, that'll be at the seed dealer on Etsy, or maybe at some point on my website at petyourpay.com.